Hello, and please feel welcome to Talk About Men. This will be one of several videos about a sex pest from hell. We'll call him Dick. I lived in Swansea at the time and I didn't know anyone. I googled what was local and ended up going along to a train spotting group, something I never would have got involved with. On the group Facebook group, Dick turned up in my private messages. He said he was looking for a woman to help him with research into the fetish scene. There were several times along the way when I should have blocked Dick. I could have blocked him immediately, and this is what I would do from now on. You can't risk having someone like that around at a vulnerable moment. Another time was when I wasn't doing well. I was a bit stressed. And I messaged quite a few people, I just wanted people to go, just be supportive really. Dick was a Freudian psychoanalyst and just an arsehole basically. And he said, it's refreshing that you ask for your emotional needs to be met so directly. But don't be upset if some people don't respond. This wasn't a genuine attempt to be nice. Otherwise he would have said, oh, I'm sorry you're going through some bollocks. Some people mightn't respond, but, I don't, it was obviously snide and him not giving a shit because I hadn't given him a shag earlier when he wanted it. I should have blocked him then and said, which is true, well, actually, all my friends have been really supportive. A couple of years later, I was really struggling with my health. So I met up with Dick. I would never have met up with him if I was well. It wasn't quite sexual at first. He sort of said that he was into something on Messenger, but wouldn't say on Messenger what it was sexually. And I was just curious. I just was going to meet for a chat and find out this gossip. I genuinely wasn't thinking of anything sexual within myself then. So we met. I told him about a friend, an old friend that I'd met up with, who had been dodgy sexually. After my friend and I had finished meeting up, Ted, we'll call him, Ted said, oh, let's go around the back of this building so I can have a cigarette. Without asking what happened or whatever, Dick goes, and you fell for that? I've spoken to a therapist, all sorts of people, and they said, well, yeah, we would do the same because we thought this person was a friend. And Ted grabbed me by the throat and he thought this was a kinky thing. It was completely unexpected. Oh, it's a cat's tail, ignore. So Dick said, and you fell for that? This was a warning sign as well, because he was saying that it was somehow a woman's fault if she had expected a friend to just ask in a decent way like a friend. The next time we met, I said to him that I was suffering with my bipolar and it affects my libido so that it's higher than normal. As a Freudian psychoanalyst, although this is not his exact speciality and that was his excuse, he would have known about bipolar, and he also would have said, which I would, even with a general knowledge of mental health and that's all, well, you should see a consultant rather than then exploit that person for sex to the max, which is what he did. A psychologist said to me, well, it's even been in soaps and stuff, so normal people know the effect that bipolar can have. So Dick got someone with hypomania to do everything that he wanted sexually. There was a lot of stuff outside with the risk of getting caught. And also, he got me to have group sex with skanky older men who weren't attractive at all, who were anonymous. This was another sign that he didn't value me. I didn't notice that the actual stuff itself was a sign he didn't value me, because he would always say, "Oh, the friendship comes first." This is getting long, sorry. I said I really liked him, and I said, "I could see you every day." He said, "Well, that's not gonna happen." What a bellend. So I should have seen that as a sign and got rid of him, probably. When Dale raped me, Dick was a rape apologist. He said, this is as someone who works as a therapist, and he claimed that this is how he would talk to clients to help them. Honestly, he needs retraining in the most basic of things. So Dale raped me, and Dick said, "A non-violent rape, I assume." He said, "With what you're doing, you need a rape alarm and pepper spray." I don't know what he thought I was doing. I'd had 2 new partners in a month, which really isn't rare on average for people. Maybe younger people, but as I said, I wasn't well with my bipolar at the time. He said, "This is a learning experience for you," i.e., I had done something wrong which I needed to learn not to do in order to not be raped again. I brought him up on all this, and he claimed that he then spoke to a rape crisis centre, and they said all that was wrong with what he said was that it was too soon. I can only think he lied and didn't reveal the stuff that he said, or it was a yes man friend of his he spoke to, or he didn't call this line at all, because no way would any service say this rape apologism was okay. When he was referring to the learning experience, he said that being raped had been a learning experience for a friend of his. Later, I asked him, "Oh, what is this learning experience that Valerie has had as a result of being raped?" He said, "Well, not to go round rough areas at night for a start." If Valerie had been raped, walking in the street, this was extremely bad luck rather than anything she had done. Stranger rape is very rare. He claimed that women can tell when men are dodgy. Of course, there are red flags, but these aren't infallible, or over 90% of rapes wouldn't happen because there's someone the victim knows the rapist. That he had all this rape apologism should have been a sign that I should have blocked him and not been involved with him, never seen him again alone, because it shows he is dodgy with no idea of consent and what it means. A potential rapist himself, and definitely a sleazeball. When he first popped up with, "Ooh, I'm looking for a woman to help me with research into the fetish scene," I should have said, "Yeah, right," and blocked. When he said that he wouldn't respond when I was struggling, then I should have said, "Well, actually, all my friends have been supportive," and blocked and unfriended. When he said, when I said, "I could see you every day," and he said, "Oh, that's not going to happen," then I should have distanced myself from him and not seen him again. Rape apologists especially are dangerous, and you should block them for your own safety. There are numerous other ways in which Dick was a dick and a sicko and a wanker, and I should have never had anything to do with him, and so many times along the line I should have blocked him. That's why I shall be covering them in next videos. Thank you for listening to me talk about men. Please like, share and subscribe. If you have a story to tell, you can email the link in the description.